a todos. Bienvenido a Sevilla. Welcome to Seville. My accent is getting better as long as I use words that I have practiced. Not so great on words that I haven't practiced, or when I'm in a situation where I absolutely need to speak. And I say that specifically because I just tried my best to speak really bad Spanish, trying to get some street fish, which was lovely, by the way. Yeah, I thought I had it. I thought I had it in hand, and I very quickly discovered I need more work. You know, what can you do? Well, practice, I guess. So that's how I've capped off this day, which was a pretty nice day. It rained most of the day. Rained in the morning, gave me a bit of a late start, and then I just barely got back to the apartment before it started raining again. Although, really makes the place look really nice. A lot of texture, darkness, cool vibe. But yeah, I'm a little late getting to my videos as well because, you know, I had to wait for the rain to stop. I think I'm safe. But if the video suddenly cuts out, that's me heading for shelter. Anyway, today, like I said, was a strange day. So I had to kind of make adjustments, and I didn't really have any plans today. So I decided I would do a little reconnaissance. Because one of the cool things that I've done is I bought some train tickets to head out of town to discover another one of these magical Spanish cities. And I'll tell you all about that on Saturday. I'm really excited, actually. I like taking the train. Really enjoy it. So I thought I'd do some reconnaissance, as I said, and check out the city, because I don't really know where the train station was. And I figured, why not head out of the old historic center and check out some of the more modern part of the city. And I'm absolutely fascinated at how, you know, the modern and the historic blend in certain places. And sometimes it's very subtle, sometimes it works, sometimes it's very shocking. You know, something seems a little older than it should be, or maybe something modern is like jutting into something a little bit more classic. But Seville is a beautiful town, regardless. Even when I was around the train station, and you know, with the bigger streets and the newer buildings and stuff, it's really still quite a nice town. I would imagine it was busier, like on like during rush hour and that kind of thing, but which I haven't experienced. But so far, really, really nice, and I was very happy about that. But again, it was just touring the neighborhood for me, just to see what was out there. And I got a few pictures here and there. But on my way back, I decided that I would check off one of those, you know, to-dos. And if you've seen the other videos, one of them was, or one of the things that I wanted to do was try out some of those scooters, those kick scooters. I have a kick scooter at home, and but it's a different experience, like renting it and figuring out where it is. And in particular, there's places where you can use it, and there's other places where you can't. And I'll show you the map. It's quite confusing, and to try to figure out, to navigate through that and the one-way streets and trying to get back to where I was. So I'm in the center of this historic district, so for me to try to get back to where like my apartment, there's a lot of you know, blacked out zones that I couldn't go to. But I didn't necessarily see that as a bad thing, because for want of something to do, I figured I'd take the long way and go all the way around. And I went completely around back towards the river, and then back up, and found a parking space that was closest to my apartment, and then later found out there was a closer one, but it doesn't matter. And then just happened to find a fantastic little fruit market, which had some amazing strawberries and some amazing mandarinos, and I was very happy. So everything worked out. And like I said, just made it back to the apartment for my work day. And without getting wet. I did create a fun little video. You should check it out on Instagram. It's a quick little thing. I was a little brave. Even with a lot of people around, I decided to get the tripod, like the phone tripod out, and I got some videos of me zooming around on that scooter. And what a way to travel. I love that. Unfortunately, I'm not good enough to like scoot around on those things with just one hand. They are kind of unstable that way, at least I find. So the video for it, I gotta warn you, is not awesome because it's me like holding it up against, while still holding onto the handlebars and stuff. So it's on a little bit of an angle. And I thought I did some shots like this, right? Like you're seeing here with me, my face, and I'm, going. That just didn't work out, which is probably good anyway. I mean, I film mostly with my phone, so the thought that like I'd get into a bit of an accident or something, or hit a bumpy section, which there are a lot. They're all like cobblestones, right? Like, nothing's flat, and so you're, and the idea of the phone just flying out of my hands at that point, ooh, I don't like that. So, it was a fun day. It was a quick day. Not a lot accomplished, tourist-wise. It was a really good, busy work day, though. Like, it was strange. By the end of the day, I was like assessing what I'd done for the day. Got a lot of work done, so that's good. But yeah, like I said, new plans for the weekend, and I'm really excited. I'm gonna go city hopping, and I love doing that. I love hitting those trains, and yeah, we'll see some things. I'm also realized that I'm 11 days off. So 11 days I'm leaving this place, and very much like the scooter, very much like the fish that I just got that I really wanted to try. I gotta sit down and make like a little checklist of all the places all the things that I want to do before I leave this place, and make sure that I get them done. And in particular, there's a couple of tapas. I mean, it all boils down to food, right? But there's a couple of tapas that I really want to try. So, I'm gonna have to figure out a time to just sit down and say, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to a tapas bar. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to try these things. I've got a big long list of restaurants to try. And so, yeah, maybe I'll just do that one day. And, I have a lot of anxiety about this idea of going into these restaurants. I think I've mentioned it before. I'm a single, so I'm going in there, I'm using up a table. Are they going to be okay with that? I don't like crowds. I don't like touching other people. And the idea that the place will get all busy, I'm not going to enjoy that. But I think I just got to kind of like suck it up and say, you know what? Let's just do this, because, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, if you walk away and you didn't do it, are you going to regret it? And if I'm asking that question and the answer is, yeah, imagine coming to Spain and not trying patata bravas, right? Assuming I pronounced that correctly. So I'm gonna have to be brave and figure that out. So anyway, I hope everyone is doing well. You'll be glad to know that the weather hasn't been perfect over here. but I hear it's warming up back there. So I'm happy for you guys. I hope you guys are planning your own trips and are excited about them. Love to chat about them. If you're watching this on YouTube, maybe leave me a comment about some of the places that you'd like to go. And, you know, I'd love to hear that. I'd love to be inspired about my next trip or the next place I go to. So with that, I will say good night. Hasta mañana. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Top it all off with a nice lunch. Fresh bread, strawberries from the market, and the sandwich is tomato, jamon, and some very cool cooking olive oil, and some extra tomato, so I'm just going to eat that, and yeah, it's really good.